Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Manik Madan and I'm applying for the Match 2022 and I'm applying for psychiatry. So I'm just like, we're just like 12 days away from the deadline of the application for the match, which is September 29, and I'm gonna be applying like by September 25th because I'm just like, I have to make sure that everything I'm applying to is I just have to ensure that all my documents like are in place and there's just no mistakes. So I'm just gonna keep checking my match application. So like what's been going on right now is I've gotten my MSPE and medical transcripts uploaded by my school. So my school kind of participates in this thing called EMSWP, which is an electronic medical school website protocol where my school can communicate with the ECFMG, and this kind of makes things really easy for me. So since my school was participating in EMSWP, they uploaded the medical transcripts and the MSP for me, and it just took like one day for it to get approved, like for my ERAS application. So that was pretty fast. My other friends, like whose schools were not participating in the EMSWP, like they're like when like they have to do it themselves, they have to upload the MSP and medical transcripts themselves, and it's just gonna take so much of time for them, which is about 2 weeks. So they're just still waiting on that. So if you can get your school signed up for EMSWP, it is not that hard. Just call up ECFMG and ask them like, how can my school sign up for that, and follow whatever instructions they give you. And it's just like better from the get-go, because then you like things like form 186, 183 and all the forms, you don't have to mail to ECFMG directly. It's just like your school can directly email it, communicate with the ECFMG like via internet, and just make stuff very fast for you. Otherwise, like the physical mail that you're gonna send like for form 183 and all is just gonna be so hard. So my advice would be like, get your school signed up for EMSWP. Now the other thing I want to talk about is my personal statement. So like I have just written one PS, and that is just for psychiatry, and like it took me a lot of time to write it, and that is so surprising because I just thought like it would get just done in like 1 or 2 days, but that is not true. Like, so my PS, like I started like writing it about 2 months from now, and it was like when I started writing my PS, like nothing came to my mind. So when I contacted a friend of mine who had like applied for the match the previous year and matched, he told me like, Manik, do this thing, like read everything on the internet like that exists. So that's what I did. So he kind of gave me this advice, like go to the internet and find like all the PSs like for residency you can find, and just read them and gain an idea of what rules they were following, how they were written. And just like he sent me a lot of blogs like that showed me like how to write a PS. So like based on that, I kind of formulated my PS, and it's just geared towards like why psychiatry, the first question. The second is why me, like why am I suited for psychiatry, and third thing, like what do I bring to the table, and the last thing is like what do I expect from the residency program of my dreams. So that is like the general outline of my own PS. It has a few experiences from my life that that's what it is about. It's about connecting the personal and the professional to show that you have really, that you're in, right? You're in for like here for not just professional but also for personal reasons, right? And this is very important because PS is going to be one of the most important documents that like the programs are going to look at, because that's like a quality aspect that they're going to see other than the scores. So the other thing that I've been working on is my ERA CV. So like it took me again a lot of time to write the ERAS thing CV. Like I started about a month back, and like so hard to recall so many experiences that like you have to write all your experiences like from the internship, and then you have to write some experiences from your med school, and then you have to write experiences from your rotations, right? So my advice to you regarding the ERA CV is for like things like the work experience, where you're gonna write about like different kind of rotations you did and what did you do there. Please, like when you're doing your rotations, make notes of stuff so that you can refer back to them in the end, right? So like you don't have to like in the end be like, oh my god, what did I do during that rotation? So please kind of make notes as you do your clinical rotations about what you did there, if there was something interesting that you saw, and like what kind of EMR did you use, and just like all that experience, just write it down. The second thing I want to talk about is volunteer experience. So like as you go through med school, or as you go through any of like after med school, if you're a graduate, please make notes of your volunteer experience in like a separate, let's say it could be OneNote or Google Keep. That's what I use. Like I use Google Keep to make my notes. So you can just make notes of volunteer experiences that you did, so that you can refer back to them when you're gonna enter volunteer experiences for your ERA CV. And then research experiences, like I just have one, so like, and that too I just did recently. So like definitely important to like do some research, because like a lot of programs at least want a single research, right? Like, and it's just gonna increase your chances to match. So definitely go on for the research experiences. I also have publications that I entered. So like I have about, how many publications do I have? One, two, I have about 2 publications, so that's about it. Like I'm waiting for this third one to get published, which is a case report. So I'm waiting upon that. So that's about it. Like I'm also preparing for step 3 right now. Step 3 is like I've started U-World. I've completed about 200 questions, 1,400 questions, like more to go. And then there's CCS cases, and I'm about to book my exam. And I'm gonna give it before the like end of December this year. So I absolutely have to give it, so that I can get eligibility for H1B visa if I like do apply. If my program does allow that, which would be insane, because H1B visa is just so much better than a J1, like which is what you get if you haven't written step 3 or your program does not support it. So, but like if I can get that H1B visa, the green card process is going to be really easy for me. And by the way, just wanted to say thanks to Match Resident, like their residency experts website, like which is just so good, like filled with such talented people, like who helped me read my PS and my ERA CV. That was just like insanely helpful. Thank you so much. And I'm also doing like interview prep with them, and you can check them out. Definitely my seniors use them, so that's why I'm using that, and that's why I am here, because like they have just provided just so much value to me and value to everybody else, that like I want to give some value back. Any other thing? Yeah guys, just preparing for interview prep, and that's about it.